to develop the application without any knowledge in coding. And when I say no knowledge in coding, I mean it. You may have never written a line of code and you'll be able to do this. So you go from idea to intelligent product in actually hours. It says weeks here, but that's to the full product. You build the MVP, and as little as, depend how complex the product is, in a few hours. Which means that you can prototype faster, you can expose it to customer faster, you get faster revenues. So this turns, we go from vision to income, right? No code, you can design, test, and launch, and it's also rapid prototype. The whole business idea is that it's your agent, it's your intellectual property, and it's your profit. So the Vibe Coder, we saw a little bit of that, but let me give you a little bit more information.
Integrated application builder, giving you a viable product you can launch and monetize. This is where we help you develop the product with a no-code approach, or what we call vibe coding.
So the vibe coding, you saw it in the form of this solution. And what you saw here earlier, which was part of the EON Entrepreneur Guide, is something that is generated in real time. In fact, you can look at the clock here and you'll see how fast it rolls, right? So you generate things very, very fast once you get specified the exactly what you want to do. So there's a 20-step methodology that takes you through this from concept to code, and it's all powered by artificial intelligence. The problem is today, a lot of development, if you ever develop code, is quite a lot of frustration in terms of trying to find bugs, trying to understand clearly what exactly we want to do from the specification. Now the Vibe Coder identifies this limitation and it highlights technical knowledge gaps that currently exist and then provides a solution. So let's go to the solution. It is, first of all, intelligent. In essence, what happens is this, right? Let's say you have an idea and you can summarize that idea in a few sentences. Then the AI takes those few sentences and builds up a whole white paper for your product. Once that's done, it then can convert that into prompts. Once that's done, it can feed the prompts to the Vibe Coder. So all this is done through the EON Vibe Coder process. So phase one is the conceptualization, the requirements. This is when you decide what exactly is the concept, and you can formulate that in a few sentences. Phase two is when you convert this to prompts, right? So the AI takes your ideas, creates the full white paper about the product, and then converts it maybe in 15 different prompts. Each prompt can be long, 15, 16 pages, depending on the complexity. So you basically take that big elephant and take it in chunks. And this document with the various prompts is then fed into the Vibe Coder, and that's when what we call ping pong process starts. This is an iterative implementation and refinement. So let me be a little bit specific. So first, we will feed it with an executive summary what this prompt that explains in general terms what the app will do, and based on that, or the product, will also generate the user interface for it. Then it will feed that, the Vibe Coder will create the code. So there will be two artificial intelligence that work in parallel. One is the one that executes, and one that oversees what's executed, because you obviously don't know how to program. And what happens is that in this case, let's say we have maybe 15 prompts. As I said, we take that big elephant with 15 different features of the specific application that you want to create, divide those into 15 chunks. We feed those 15 chunks one by one, and for each one we iterate. We get the response on chunk one from the execution AI to the observer and the AI that will correct if there's any mistakes or any bugs, and you feed it back. And then you ping pong until iterate between the two AIs until that feature is completed. Once that's completed, you go to the next one, and then you continue on and on. And this way you get an application with high level of quality. So once you do that, phase 4 is component development integration. So the idea is that we make first, this is when I was talking about chunk 1, chunk 2, chunk 3, all the way to the finish line. And the last one is we deploy and we do production launch. Now the whole process here can be done. I personally done application, including we are using this for developing things like the entrepreneur guide itself. We can do a minimal viable product in maybe 26 hours, and then it takes less than 2-3 weeks to actually go to the full product, which is unbelievable. This would have taken us months and months to do in a remote way. And what's exciting about this is that you can measure the impact, right? You can demonstrate improvements, the improvements in speed, in cost, and quality. So it's easy to get started. This is a part of the package. Obviously, we have the Vibe Coder is a part of the EON Entrepreneur Guide. You can buy it standalone, but if you're part of the EON Wealth Weaver program, you'll get access to it.